Well, what's going on, Urban CEOs? This is Taria Vision Avant, and we are so excited to be back here with As Real as It Gets TV, where we keep it real. First of all, let me just tell you, Urban actually stands for unapologetic, real, bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. Now, CEO, that can be a CEO of anything. CEO stands for Chief Executive Officer. So this means that you are the officer of your body, your officer of your finances, the officer of your family, your relationships. CEO is not just only about being a CEO or entrepreneur of a business, but even a CEO of your position. If you work a job, you're climbing the corporate ladder. And our mission with Urban CEO is to be that bridge between the urban community and success. I always like to say business success because many of our CEOs do go on to start and launch their own businesses. But guys, we have our doors open to anyone. We're available for men, for women, and for our youth entrepreneurs out there. So welcome to As Real as It Gets TV. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Now, as you're coming on in, please do not hesitate to introduce yourself. Let us know a little bit about what you do. Let us know about your city and your state. You never know. You might just actually see your information pop up on the screen. We are actually broadcast all over the nation, darling. We're on Facebook, Twitter, we are on YouTube, and very soon we have a very, very big announcement of a brand new place that you'll get a chance to see As Real as It Gets TV. Well, look, I am not going to hold y'all up too long. I'm going to go ahead and get to our very first commercial. And by the way, for those of you who would like to have your business advertised on As Real as It Gets TV, please do not hesitate to hit us up. Go to urbanceonetwork.com, check out the website, go to the contact page, and send us an email, all right? So let's go ahead and get to our very first commercial. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Taria Vision Avant, and I wanted to just jump up here real quick and tell you, have you heard about the Urban CEO Network? Darling, if you have not heard about Urban CEO, then you need to make sure that you jump on board. Right now, we have a special so that you can actually be a part of our Urban CEO Academy, which is our monthly membership program, where not only do you get exclusive access to events, discounts, and things of that nature, but you also get training that's designed to help you to grow your business. Right now, you can join for 7 days for free and see what we're all about. All you need to do is go to urbanceoacademy.com and check us out. For real, like, we're the fastest growing organization right now, designed to help men and women that come from the urban community that want to grow in business, that want to grow in their career, or you simply just want to be able to grow in your life. Urban actually stands for unapologetic, real, bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. So come over here, check us out, join. We want you to be a part of what we're doing. 7 days free. You have really, it's a win-win situation, so you can see what we're all about, all right? So join. I look forward to seeing you guys there. I'm gonna talk to you later. Deuces. All right. So yes, guys, make sure that you plug into the Academy. And I'm so excited because this month we have a brand new professor that's going to be laying out some information. In fact, we were able to get a hold of her, and you guys are going to get a chance to meet her on today's show and find out all about what it is that she does. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that we bring up one of our ambassadors so our ambassador can actually share with you the quote of the day. All right. So that was real dope. I appreciate that quote of the day. Thank you so much, darling. I appreciate our ambassadors so much. And our Urban CEO ambassadors, what they do, guys, is they go out, they represent the brand, They connect with other people. You know, being a part of Urban CEO Network is so much more bigger than just rocking the logo. It's really about understanding that, again, like I said, we are unapologetic, real bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. See, we want to make sure that people that don't necessarily come from a background with resources and information, or maybe they didn't just wake up with, all of the how-tos and things of that nature. We want to make sure that no matter where you come from, you can feel comfortable when you're with us with Urban CEO Network. And so we like to start right at the ground floor. That's exactly where we are. And the reason why we've done that is because if you're anything like me, you know how it feels to, maybe go to a conference and sometimes the language is a little bit confusing because you didn't grow up in that background. And so our goal is to make sure that we can be the persons to connect you with the right resources, with the information in a way that's not intimidating and overwhelming. So I'm super excited about that. And thank you so much to our ambassadors. Now, if you want to be an ambassador, I'll share with you, or one of our ambassadors will actually share with you when we get to the announcements in just a few minutes on how you can be a part of the Urban CEO Network. But you know what? We got another commercial coming up, okay? But look, before we get into that commercial, please make sure that you introduce yourself. Go ahead right there in the comment space, put your name, your city, and your state. You never know, we might pop you up on the screen. Now, what I will tell you guys, we started Urban CEO Network. We'll be going into our second year. And what we have decided is that going into our second year, we're going to have a huge celebratory conference, okay? It's going to be January of 2021. See, we don't know really what's going to go on with Rona right now. They saying they got all these different kind of claims. It's going to be a second round. I pray by then that we have some sort of a way to actually fight this virus. And so we want to keep you guys safe. But we have a lot of big things that are coming up. So I want you to make sure that you put on your calendar. We don't have the exact date yet, but January 2021. And no matter where you are, even in another country, we want you to definitely pull up on us, okay? Pull up on us, come to the conference, come and enjoy yourself. And most of all, let's celebrate our nonprofit going to the next level. All right? Okay. Well, look, let me go ahead real quick. I want to bring up another commercial. For those of you who need help with your social media, this is going to get you right. All right, so let's go ahead and check it out.
What's going on, CEOs? Real quick, do you need help with your social media management? Well, if you said yes, then you need to reach out to Kandie Promotions. Let me tell you something about them. Not only do they help Urban CEO to put together our incredible social media content, but they also assist us with putting it out there for us. If you need help with Facebook or Instagram, or maybe you even need help with your messaging, you need to reach out to Kandie Promotions. In fact, they have a really big special right now. All you need to do is make sure that you do contact them and let them know that they were sent to you by Urban CEO. If you need help with your social media management, then you need to make sure you reach out to them by going to bookcandiemartin.as.me/discover. Again, go to bookcandiemartin.as.me/discover and let them know Urban CEO sent you. All right? Peace.
All right, so look, y'all plug in. A lot of people think that, it is me behind the scenes of the social media. I want y'all to know it is not. I am not that great. Kandie Martin Enterprises is actually the company who does all of Urban CEO's graphics on our social media timelines. So anything that you see posted on our Instagram, anything that you see posted on our Facebook, no, Kandie Martin Enterprises actually put that together. They can get you right. They also do capture pages. They do all kinds of stuff. So you need to get any kind of graphics works done, make sure to, I'm tongue-tied, plug in to Kandie Martin Enterprises, okay? I'm just trying to speak too fast. Listen, I ain't had my wine yet, child. So when the wine ain't came in, I just be going a little bit too fast. So, that's why I get a cup so that it can slow me down. By the way, just so that you know, I always like to throw stuff out there in the atmosphere. My 2020 goal was to start my own wine business, wine company. So anybody know anybody, make sure to tag them in. Because look, we try to have our own wine. We've got some big ideas that we want to do with that. So if you know anybody that can put that Jesus juice together, get out your girl. Okay. All right, good. Okay, well, let's go ahead and shift gears. We're going to bring up our incredible ambassador that's going to tell you guys all about the announcements taking place with Urban CEO Network and As Real as It Gets TV. So let's plug into our ambassador for the announcements.
Kandie, we can't hear you. I don't know. It seems like you're muted, but I can hear Tywauna.
I thought I was on mute.
Hold on one sec, guys. We're gonna get these get it right, get it right. Okay, let me see. I just muted you. Let me see. Unmute. I don't know. Try to speak now. No, you are muted. The only person that is unmuted is Tywauna. Hold on, y'all. We gonna get these technical glitches off. Rocking it. Look, y'all. We can't be great. Pixie, are you able to speak? Can we hear you, Pixie? She's muted too. I guess we're not gonna. We're gonna try to chime y'all back in just a second. We're gonna get back to this and try to bring you guys in to do y'all announcements in a second. Okay. Let's see what we can do. We're gonna bring it back.
All right. Well, those announcements were fire. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, darling. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Make sure, guys, that if you are interested again on being an ambassador, please, we've added in is highlighting authors. See, when it comes to, success, I was always told, I was even told some stuff that if you want to hide information from people, put it in a book. And most of those people, we're talking about people of color. Now, one thing about Urban CEO is that we accept everybody into our organization. Doesn't matter your color, your background, any of that. If you have a connection with us, we want you to be down. But we do also have an extreme interest of making sure that if you come from the urban community, that you cannot use the excuse that you didn't have the information. We want to make sure you're connected. One of the ways that you got to get connected is through reading. And so we want to start highlighting our authors that are part of the Urban CEO Network. So let's plug in and connect with a couple of our Urban CEO authors. Let's check them out.
Hello. This is Tywauna Coach T. Wilson, owner and CEO of Trinity Elite Coaching and Consulting Services, and wanted to talk to you about my new book, Some Leaders Wear Lab Coats. I wrote this book because I wanted to empower the next generation of leaders, especially those that's in the laboratory. The medical laboratory professionals usually don't get the recognition that they deserve. You might have heard about lab professionals now with COVID, since we are the ones doing the testing, but I wanted to create a book just for us. And so what it will do is it will allow you practical leadership tips that you can use to stand out, get recognized, get rewarded, and get paid. That's the biggest thing or biggest challenge that we have in the laboratory. And so make sure you go out and get this book, practical tips that you can apply today. I know you're busy being technical and all of that great stuff, but I want you to be able to use this book and go out and apply it today. It's but really, any leader who wants to stand out, get promoted, get paid, benefit from this book of practical tips. Where can you get this book? You can get this book at someleaderswearlabcoats.com. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Facebook at Coach T. Wilson. You can also find me on LinkedIn at Tywauna Wilson. And just for the Urban CEO Academy members, I have a special treat. I have 4 books just for you. So make sure you stay on and finish out this call so that you can be entered for one of the books. So thank you, Taria, for having me on your platform. I really appreciate it. And don't forget, some leaders wear lab coats. Thank you.
Hello, beautiful people. How are you? My name is Chanel Spencer. I am a speaker and author, six-time best-selling author, as well as CEO of Maximum Evolution. And my book is actually titled Maximum Evolution: 7 Steps to Transform from Victim to Warrior, because we are all warriors. And first, before I even get into what my book is about, I want to thank Taria for even doing this boot camp that literally helped me to get this book done in less than 48 hours. Yes, I'm not playing 48 hours. And I was super excited because my shirt came. Look, yes. And my certificate. Look, yes, we are official entrepreneurs. Period. Yes. We are not broke, stressed, or pressed after this boot camp. So I'm super excited, and thank you for making that happen, because it's been so beneficial. And who writes a book in less than 40 hours? Me and everybody else that was in the camp. Just saying. But anyway, so my book is back to our regular program. My book is about going from victim to warrior, because we have all suffered from traumas in different ways, specifically from abuse, mental, emotional, physical, financial abuse. So it's now time to take your power back. And these 7 steps will literally help you to go from victim to warrior, from victim to CEO, from victim to boss, and truly take back your power and step into your greatness and be who you are destined to be, because your past circumstances do not have to define your future success. So thank you all for tuning in. And also, I have a lovely surprise for our fellow Urban CEO Academy winners. We will be giving away 4 copies of my book, Maximum Evolution: 7 Steps from Victim to Warrior. So if you want a copy, you have to make sure you are an Urban CEO Academy member. And if you're not, you better go log in today and make sure you become one. And if you want to contact me, my Instagram and Facebook is Chanel Spencer now, because you need me now, not tomorrow, not 5 minutes from now, but right now in the second. So you can definitely follow me. And also www.readytotransformnow. Thank you.
Yay! Hold on. All right, so Kandie, we're gonna try to see if we can bring you back one more
Hello.
time. Yes, we can hear
Hello.
you. She's there.
It's your girl, Kandie with an E, and I am here to tell you about our announcements. If you want to be a part of our team, the Urban CEO Network, we need you. So make sure that you sign up to be in our academy, number 1, and then make sure that you sign up to be an ambassador. So we are looking for ambassadors for our social media team. We're looking for ambassadors for our sponsorship team. We're looking for ambassadors for our media team. And guess what? You just saw Chanel. She just became over our bookings team. So if you want to be a part of any other teams that we have here in our network, the number 1 network, Urban CEO Network, hit us up. info@urbanceonetwork.com and holler at your girl. I'm Kandie with the E. Back to you, Taria.
Well, actually, we're going to hit up Pixie. Pixie girl! Hopefully we can get her this time. She's still muted. She look good, though. She look good. Look. Well, Pixie, just go ahead and wave at the people. We're going to go ahead and finish this thing on off. We love you, Pixie. I know that quote was fire. Type that quote in so we can put it up on the screen.
Well, all right. Okay, darling. So I am pumped up because now it's time to bring on our guest speaker of the day. Let me tell you a thing or two, darling. Okay, first of all, how many of y'all know that y'all need to get y'all credit right? Now, don't answer in the space. This ain't nobody else's business but your own. But we little hits or 2 on your credit report kind of possibly could get you in the way from getting great things. I've come to learn, when you're talking about building wealth, one of the things that you must make sure that you establish is a good credit report. Not just your personal credit, but your business. I had a lot of people that were telling me, when the government was offering us all these different, monies, loans, grants, whatever, the loans, for the most part, especially those that come from the urban community, everybody was like, well, I don't know if I want to take a loan. Well, let me tell you something. This country was built off of other people's time and other people's money. When you look at people who have built wealth, 9 times out of 10, they were able to build wealth, and I'm talking about new age wealth, right? They've built it through investments of other people. Guys, what do you think an investor is? This is someone who's investing into your business with the intention of getting a return. It doesn't matter if it's a big bank or if it's an individual person, they're technically all loans. Now, if you want to be able to get the best bang for your credit, then you got to make sure that you get your credit right. And this young lady is going to do one thing that I love to do. Hey, y'all know I love talking about getting that bread. So without further ado, I want to bring on to you guys none other. She is a credit specialist. She gonna get your personal credit right. She gonna get your business credit right. She gonna get you in line. None other than Calandra France in the house. What's going on, darling? How are you doing today?
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me, Taria. I am so excited to be here, and I am pumped up to talk to you guys.
Well, good. Well, we are excited to have you as well. This is definitely such an important conversation, especially during these times. Right now, a lot of things have been happening in households, and it could possibly be affecting our credit. And, especially if you're in a space where you need to get some capital or you need to be able to do some things, we need to make sure the first thing that we're focusing on is establishing the credit. So if you could do us a favor, I know I didn't give as much of great accolades. By the way, she is this author. She is also a speaker. She is a coach. But if you could share with everybody, how did you get into the credit industry?
Sure. So I studied finance at college, and after college, I got a job working for one of the largest banks in the United States, right? And I was assigned to work with their affluent clients. It's called private client services. And so I understood from my background in finance how money worked and how the system of money worked. But when it came to application, not so much. So here I was being assigned to work with these wealthy people and, advising them on the best opportunities for their money and their credit. And I was sitting in there with a 470 credit score, y'all. Terrible, right? And so
been there.
It's terrible. And I can laugh because now that's where I came from. And I spent 8 years working in the banking industry and, in various roles. But what I always found out was people who looked like me didn't have the education to be able to implement those things that our counterparts may have been able to. And so just how different people build wealth and how they use credit to build that wealth and how they leverage it really piqued my interest. And so I said, okay, girl, you sitting here with this 470 credit score, you can't even get approved for a piece of bubble gum on credit. Like, what are you doing with your life? That's not a good look. So I started learning. Like, I hired a company, I'm not going to name drop, but a well-known credit repair company, and they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. And I was like, well, why am I paying y'all all this money when you're not doing anything? So I got educated, I learned about it, and I fixed my own. And I didn't say anything for probably 5 years. I said nothing about it. And I started my company just to do taxes and bookkeeping. Like, that's what I was going to do. Yeah, they say tell God your plans and he laughs, right? Mm-hmm. And so about 2 years into running that company, people were coming to me, hey, can you help me with my credit? Hey, can you help me fix my credit? Hey, can you? And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I do not want to be responsible for that. And then I said, okay, God, you keep bringing these people to me, so let me just shift the focus of my company. And so I made the leap of faith in 2017 and never looked back. So I've been helping individuals and families, like myself, not only to repair their credit, but to educate, right? Because in order for us to make informed decisions, we have to have the education, we have to have the knowledge. Because knowing how something works and then applying it are two different things. So my hope is that I'm a bridge to help take the knowledge that we give you and show you real ways that you can apply it into your life to not only help, yourself financially, but to build a legacy for your family and, the generations that are going to come behind you as well.
Well, absolutely. And I can appreciate that. It's so funny though how you like start doing something because people find the need and they come to you for it. It's weird like that, right? I'm always telling people like pay attention to what people are coming to you for, and sometimes that's God giving you the sign like this is what I'm calling you to do. Let's get our people's money right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So let me ask you this: when it comes to credit, with this time that we're in right now, why is it so important, especially for our urban CEOs, that we get our credit right? Like, is it important at this time? Like, what do we need to be focusing on and why?
It's more important now than ever. Simply because with everything that happened with coronavirus and the pandemic and the entire world shutting down, it is now more stringent. So lenders across the board are becoming more stringent and more strict in their credit requirement guidelines. So whereas before you may have been able to get approved for something with, let's say, a 620 credit score, now that same application is requiring a 680, sometimes a 700, before lenders will even look at your application. And so I tell everybody now is the time also, because the federal government has decreased the interest rate. They've decreased the federal bank rate. It's at 0 now. What that means is that all of the other interest rates are going to fall in line, and it's going to become cheaper to borrow money because the interest rate is low. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so because the interest rates are low, but we're in the middle of a recession boosted by a pandemic and increasing wealth disparity, lenders are saying, hold on. Yeah, I want to give you this loan at 3% interest rate. However, now you have to meet this additional set of criteria. And especially now for people who are interested in buying homes. I had a client where he was approved, a few weeks ago. Now, guess what? It's time to go to the closing table. They reran his information. He's no longer approved.
Dang.
And it's devastating. And it's devastating when that happens, because you're like, I've done all this work and I've gotten to this point. So now they've raised the threshold. Right. So where the threshold may have been here, now it's here. And so it's extremely important, because a lot of businesses, especially small businesses, aren't in operation. They're not doing as much lending just because they're scared of the economic climate. So you have to be able to meet the criteria in order to access the capital that you're going to need, not only personally, but in your business as well.
That's good. Now, well, let me ask you this. And I know that a lot of times we do focus on getting that score correct, or getting that score to where we want. But, like I know people that can, that might have a 700 credit score, but they don't have any real established credit. Now, is that also something that is very important? And like, what do you recommend? Especially, I'm going to tell you, especially when you come from the hood, 9 times out of 10, most people that I knew, they didn't really have credit at all. Everything was done by cash. Like, we was taught, you get your money, you put it in a mattress. Like, you don't get no credit cards. We don't do all of that, right? And so a lot of times there's a fear of getting credit because we don't understand it. So then when you finally decide, okay, well, let me get my credit in order, there's no credit established. So what do you recommend to those individuals who maybe they've never really had anything on their credit, but like maybe a cable bill or something like that? And what do you recommend to them? And why is it important to establish credit history?
So that's a great point, Taria. You took the words right out of my mouth, because you can have a high credit score, but if you have what's called a thin file, you're not going to get approved. Right? Or it's going to be harder for you to get approved. Instead of getting that 3% interest rate, you're going to get a 6 or an 8%. So why the score itself is important, also the depth and the types of accounts that you have are important. And so your credit score as a whole is actually made up of 5 specific categories. And each one of those categories is weighted differently. So for example, if you have a lot of credit cards and you're running close to or at your limit, right? So it's called credit utilization or credit use. That accounts for 30% of your credit score. Credit use and payment history are going to be the top 2 biggest indicators. So one late payment can drop your score anywhere from 40 to 60 points. the length of credit matters because lenders and vendors, they want to see how you've handled credit over time. So I have some clients, for example, how many of us have student loans, right? Thank God that's not my ministry, but we have student loans. But some of us come in, some of my clients come in, they say, can you take the student loan off of my credit report? I can, but it's going to affect you negatively because sometimes that's the oldest account that you have. That's why education is so important. So it's revolving accounts. How many credit cards do you have? Typically about 3 to 4 is good. And people are like, 3 to 4 credit cards, you done lost your mind. I didn't say you had to use them all.
Right.
And you definitely want to keep that usage under 30%. So, if you have a credit card that has a $1,000 limit, you don't want to be charging $800 a month on it, $900 a month on it, God forbid, max it out. You want to keep that usage under 30%.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to keep it, let's say, $300 or less on that credit card. Because lenders also like to see how you handle it. They also are going to look at your installment accounts. People are like, oh, a car loan. In the grand scheme of credit, car loans really don't mean a whole lot.
I heard that, which was so disappointing because I was so grateful when I had paid off my Nissan back in the day. I was like, ooh, my score about to be through the roof. No.
And so many people are like, but I have a car loan. Yeah, that's great. Everybody and their mama and their grandmama got a car loan. Like, it's not weighted the same. So you want to look at possibly getting, if your scores aren't in the, mid sixes, you may want to look at doing like a secured line of credit. A lot of banks have them. You may want to look at, borrowing against your savings. We have a partnership with a company where it will actually open an $18,000 line of credit on your behalf that gets reported to the bureaus for you, and it's a savings account. Doesn't require anything up front. So, they're different. That's where education becomes important because you may not be able to, especially if, you're in a financial strain right now with everything that's going on, you need resources that are going to be able to boost your credit and build, I like to call it the meat and potatoes, right? Because having a high score is like the icing on the cake, but we want to get to the roast and the cabbage and the cornbread. Like that's what the lenders are looking for. How meaty is your file? Because if they pull your file and you only have 3 things reported, you got a 760, they're still going to be looking at you sideways because they have no idea how you handle credit. Mm-hmm. And you also want to be careful with opening accounts too soon. So in my program, I have clients open their accounts in a staggered kind of manner because that's also detrimental. If you go out there and you start opening all these new accounts, they're like, whoa, what are you doing? That sends up a red flag as well. So just being mindful of not only the score, but the contents of what you have in your file as well.
Gotcha. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Okay, so my final question, because one of the great things, as I was telling you guys, is that Calandra is one of our professors for Urban CEO. So she has training that is now available. All you got to do is log into the academy. And you're going to be able to go to one of the months and you'll see it. And she has her training available for you guys. So my next question is, what can people expect from the training that you have given to our Urban CEO Academy members?
So I drop a lot of tea in the training, okay?
Yeah.
So I drop a lot of tea. So just different ways that they can, take advantage, doing small steps that are going to have the biggest impact, right? So it's always about, I always look for fast fixes on how you can finesse your score, right? Whether that's paying down a credit card. And a lot of people are like, ooh, I don't know if I could do that. Just take one. And then, for example, you want to pay attention to the dates on your card. There are 2 separate dates that report on your credit card statement, right? And so through a technique that some people call micro payments, I'm giving y'all a little bit of the tea from the training, but you're able to make multiple payments on your credit card between the due date and the actual statement date, and that will have a huge increase on your scores as well because you're making those multiple payments, so it's paying them down fast. So by the time it reports to the bureaus, it's like, oh snap. Now she had $20 on there when she had 2,000, or something like that.
Right.
So also taking into account, if you have credit cards, I'm telling you, hands down, getting that utilization under 30% is going to see the biggest. That is the single most thing you can do to boost your score, just like that. Pay it down. Just pay it down. And if you can get it under 10%. That's the sweet spot. 10% is really the sweet spot. But I tell everybody 30% just to start off, because sometimes that's a big chunk, especially if you have a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 credit card. You're like, how in the world you want me to pay this down to 10%?
Right.
And so that's going to give you the biggest impact. The other training I talk about, because I know a lot of our urban CEOs are actual business owners. I talk about in one of the trainings how you can actually build your business credit completely standalone, has nothing to do with your social security number. Yes, ma'am. And give you some tips and tricks where you can get access to $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in business credit just like that.
Okay, just throw that out there then. Just throw out that $10,000, $20,000 out there like it's nothing. Hello. Hold on.
We gotta get
what? She getting us that money. Dollar. Yes.
Bro, we can't be impactful. We cannot. We don't have access to the capital. So, and a lot of times, and I tell people all the time, building business credit is a whole lot easier than building personal credit. It's so much easier. You can get your business credit to, I call it bulletproofing your profile. You can get that business credit to where it needs to be in 4 months.
Okay. Well, we definitely, look, Urban CEO about to be making sure we get Calandra France to get our business line all the way right. And then I got a couple other businesses over there too. I'm gonna get all them all the way right. I know you got, girl. I want to make sure publicly I tell everybody who's gonna be working on that business credit for to Real Vision of Arts. How you doing? Okay. Well, look, Calandra, how can people get in contact with you? I know that you have an incredible and intensive program, and I know you're gonna look out for our urban CEOs, but I know we have some people who are not a part of the program yet. So how can they get in touch with you?
So you can absolutely, I'm on social media. You can either follow Calandra France. It's Calandra France everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm not active on Twitter, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure that out. But Facebook, Instagram, I'm France Financial also on those platforms as well. You can definitely shoot me an email. It's calandra@francefinancial.net. If Calandra is too hard for you to spell it out, you can also email support@francefinancial.net. And I'd love to talk to you guys, and we can set up a game plan and figure out what we need to do to get you where you need to be.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Plug in and make sure when you do contact her, let her know that you saw her on As Real As It Gets TV, okay? Make sure you do that. Calandra, it has been a privilege and a pleasure. Any last imparting words you want to leave with our urban CEOs?
Yes. So when it comes, especially to your credit and your finances, don't just leave your head stuck in the sand. A lot of times it's not as bad as you think it is, and there is no shame in asking for help. Y'all started with 470. Okay.
Exactly. We gotta start somewhere, y'all. And look, it's better to start low than go high than to be high and drop. And you like, what the hell just happened? And you're not informed. So it's all about being informed. Well, Calandra, thank you. Thank you for being a professor and dropping the tea, y'all. Plug in. Join that academy so you can get all the details and make sure that you reach out to Calandra, all right? Well, that's another edition of As Real As It Gets TV. I pray that you guys enjoyed this show. I tell you, I learned some great information. That whole paying twice type situation, we're going to figure that out all the way up. I'm going to get all them details because I can't wait. Go give me a couple of secured cards and start paying them things twice. And boop, 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 trying to get up there to that perfect credit score. And then, of course, building our business credit. That's very important. Many of us don't even realize that we could go and get ourselves established right now. A lot of people missed out on getting many loans because their businesses aren't established. So you need to make sure that you connect with the Calandra because she can help you with all that stuff, okay? All right, so with that stated, guys, I will see you on the next show, As Real As It Gets TV. Privilege and a pleasure. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show, and we'll holler at you later.